What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after Week 15 in our Columbus Aviators franchise, where the Aviators picked up another loss on the season, and the wheels have started to fall off towards the end of this year, which is not good for the defending Super Bowl champs. They came out of the gate really strong, and in recent weeks, they've just been incredibly inconsistent. Now, this is an inconsistent team, and come playoff time, they might get their act together and just run through everybody like they were earlier in the season. But the offense has got to get going again. The passing game has got to be better. The running game has got to be better. And the secondary on defense has got to be better. They are getting them healthy, so that's no longer an excuse they can fall back on. They do also have their division rival, the Jags, right on their heels. So let's say the Browns... we beat the Browns, the Jags lose to whoever they are playing. It really is going to come down to a Week 17 matchup, or they beat whoever they're playing, I'm sorry. It'll come down to a Week 17 matchup against the Jags. Now, if we beat the Browns and the Jags lose, we will have the division. But you never know how this is going to play out. We have 2 losses in a row. Our defense really struggled against the Raiders. It was terrible. Our offense struggled against the Jags. Granted, these last 2 games are both at home, and that is something that we are hoping that we can rely on here. Let's go ahead and check out the scouting. I apologize, it took me a bit to get this video up. I have been on a mini vacation. I am back now and ready to get things going and finish off this season, hopefully with some momentum, and see what we can do getting ready for next year. I'm very excited. But the playoffs are going to be interesting, guys. We are the defending Super Bowl champs. Every team is gunning for us. I think that's another thing that we haven't talked enough about. When you are the defending Super Bowl champs, every single team is going to bring their A game against you every time, and I do think that's part of what the problem has been. We are really getting teams at their best. Sometimes if you're the underdog, you get overlooked a little bit. That's not happening with the Aviators right now. And these road games have been really tough for them, but they've got to show more toughness. They've got to just get more consistent. I think it's something they can do, but they still have to actually do it for any of that to matter at all. Looking through here, some okay offensive linemen, nobody really standing out. We'll see what all we can find in this draft. It's just kind of been not great from what I'm seeing. It looks like we got a lot of guys with like a B+ attribute, but after that, like a pretty significant drop-off, which isn't wonderful. So who knows? Might be more of a potential draft, which is fine. I doubt we're going to draft anybody that's going to start on our team right away anyway. We are a pretty solid team at the moment. So let's go ahead and check out the weekly awards. We'll also look at the MVP awards really quick with the last 2 weeks coming. Mariota, 18 of 26, 221 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown for his new team, the Eagles. Bobby Wagner, 19 tackles and a fumble forced. Hightower, 6 sacks with 9 tackles. And then Patterson on the Ravens, 8 catches, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. 232 yards on only 8 catches. That is pretty remarkable. Yearly awards. First up, Max Austin leading the way. Josh Broussard 2, Cam Newton 3, Tyson Russell coming in at 4, Le'Veon Bell 5, Jeffrey Ewing at number 6, Joe Flacco 7, Mariota at 8, Roethlisberger 9, and Russell Wilson coming in at number 10. Let's go ahead and check out the lineup for the Cleveland Browns as well. See what we are going against again. These last 2 games are at home. Hopefully we can finish this season off strong and see what we got. Now, we are going against Jeffrey Ewing. We know how good he is. We just saw him in the MVP race, I believe. So, definitely a great player. David Cobb, not a great running back here, the former Titan there. Fullback, they have Hewitt. At a wide receiver, they have Jabriel Albury. Now, we do know about him. He is actually a very good wide receiver, a good young player. Kenny Stills, Michael Crabtree, Adams, a rookie out of Ohio State, 78 overall, and KC Blake, Luke Wilson, brother of Owen Wilson. No, different Luke Wilson. I'm kidding. I make bad jokes. That's what I do. You guys know this. Joe Thomas still getting it done, and a great offensive line. They have kept a lot of these guys together. And one of the better offensive lines for Cobb to run behind there that we have seen. Hayward at a left end, Chandler Jones at right end. They also have Thornton here, so a lot of depth to work with. Danny Shelton there with Kazim Thomas. So a lot of pretty good players along the defensive line there. They got Kruger. They have Lawrence Timmons going over to the Browns. Interesting to see that. James Laurinaitis right outside linebacker. Quentin Coples at cornerback. Joe Hayden still making it happen. Marvin McKnight, a second-year pro there. Marcus Burley. Andre Griffin, a 79 overall rookie from Texas. And Kier Scott out of Northern Illinois. Free safety is Gibson, 96 overall. At strong safety, they have Morgan Burnett. So a pretty solid defense for the Browns. They are also led by a very good young quarterback. It's definitely going to be an interesting matchup between these two teams. Are the Aviators going to be able to get their act together, or are they just going to get into some trouble and lose their third straight game? Definitely not what we want to see happen. Even our wins have really not looked that good lately. Let's see if the Browns have any injuries. They do. Jerick McKinnon, 31 weeks with an Achilles tear. That is not good for the Browns, and explains some things with their running game. Either way, we have a lot to prove. It's going to be an interesting last 2 weeks of the season, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Thank you for the patience on giving me the time to get this one out. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in Week 16 as we take on the Cleveland Browns. Later.